Hey, what's that? That sneaking giant. Oh my god.
Hello and welcome to an episode of loot boxes, funsies, and all that stuff combined. Today we're gonna go through 50 loot boxes of the Legacy Cache Season 1. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you come here often, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you liked the video or not, and you can also write me in the comment section down below. If you want to see more of these little 50 loot box opening, I'm putting them all in a playlist so you can see all of them if you want to see the bigger sample size. Well, anyways, let's go straight into it. Legacy caches, you can have the flows, Rama's Legacy, Twin Winch, Curlock Long 9s, Carronades, and much more. So we hop into it, we get War Drums. Reduces crew stamina depletion by 50% while trimming in combat. Always handy to have, but not for PvP. So I don't recommend using it, but it's cool to have. Willing Ward. Very good against La Peste or people that are using toxic weapons as in Lapidic, Le Flow, the armor that gives toxic flumes, all that Huazu. Reduces the damage taken and crew stamina it takes away by 50%, so that'd be a great added collection. Great Spring L3, which is a crossbow, you can only put it at the front of your ship. Uses ballista bolt. You can keep it charging for longer, so it increases the maximum range to 900 meters, damage to 300%, and increased damage by 50% when hitting sails, so you deal 50% more damage when you hit the sails. Mons Mag 3, which are mostly, if they are used for sieges, because you deal extra damage to structures, plus it's also explosive and piercing. So that's handy against weak points. Mainly the piercing is handy against weak points. Kalinikos Flame, which is super handy for a build that requires a lot of crew attacks. Because with the Raider you increase your charge rate for the vulnerable effect by 50% plus burning. So it'd be your go-to on a sandbook if you want close combat capabilities. Another War Drums. The Thermites 3. Which are good for sieges as well. Centerpiece, they use rockets. They do burning damage, piercing, and extra damage to structures, which adds a siege to it, which is great. There we go. The Basilisk is also, this is a Covenant, this is like medium range. It increases the charge attack for the vulnerable effect, and also piercing 2 for 20% of damage as piercing damage added, and increase the damage to weak points by 75%, which is great. Also, this is good for the side of the ship because you can have, this one has lower decks as well. So you'd know. By the way, for the life of me, I cannot use the Thermites. I'm not good in figuring out where the rockets do hit. Oh, Scurlock Long 9s. Infamous long guns that Scurlock has used to cripple many ships, dismantling their masts before the Kingpin charges in for the kill. This one has a unique perk, which only the Scurlock Long 9s have. When you apply the Torn Sail effect with the Long 9s, you get a 7000 damage on the enemy ship that cannot be braced. So it's like true damage almost. Plus 30% of damage is added as piercing. Plus you increase the damage to weak points by 100%. So you deal 200% weak point damage. Add that with the tearing, so 50% when hitting the sails. Be great for any ship at the front or the back. And this is a great Spring L2, which we use straight in the trash can. Then we go another Basilisk 3. La Potence schematics. So it increases damage to weak point to enemy ships by 10% and reveals the weak points on the Fleet of Pestilence. I can make it this myself. It is kind of nice to have it in the cache for people that don't own it yet. But it is mainly used for against the Fleet of Pestilence because you don't use a lot of weak points on ships. But you never know, maybe the future build changed that up. You never know. Gunner's Quadrant. Sorry, I clicked on it. It decreased reload time by 50% for the same weapon used to destroy a weak point from at least 320 meters away. And it only applies to the first shot. So all they say is you need to be so far away hitting a weak spot. I never have used it and I'm probably not planning on using it. But it might be useful for you, but I don't see any benefit in. Loophole 3. is your mortar centerpiece. That was used a bunch in the beginning because of the flooding and the explosive damage. Still a good viable build path. Besides that, some people use the Warhammer from Season 2 nowadays though. But yeah. Another Gunner's Quadrant, always good. Another Gunner's Quadrant. We have a Royal Custodian. Gives refortification for 12 seconds after the fortified effect is applied. You get increased armor for 35%. So you use a repair kit, you get the refortify, increased armor for 35%. And then after that's over, you have to use another repair kit, which you probably can't because of cooldown times. But it's handy to tank up some damage, yeah. Another long 9s. Gunner's Quadrant again. Rama's Legacy. These ones I'm actively using and testing out with the new tuning system. Increase the amount of damage for every simultaneous hits, which is good, and gives flooding, which once flooding is applied deals damage over time. Plus it deals extra damage when it goes beyond 100 meters, which is always good. Who doesn't want more damage? Another Lapoten schematics. Thermites tree. Mons mag tree. Kalinikos flame tree. Thermites tree. Oh, we go in a lot in duplication now. Basilisk tree. Ooh, the Wrathful Ward. I haven't seen this one in a bit. This is the armor I was talking about that can do poison as well. It is smeared with toxic chemicals and infuses putrid fumes with every crest of the wave. So, when you brace and you have this armor equipped, a noxious cloud releases throughout your ship that deals 3000 points of damage, but also depletes crew stamina. So if somebody is near you and you have this armor equipped, you are kind of making like a giant fart around you. Like, smaller than La Peste, but it's quite cool actually. It's pretty cool to use and funky, and if you want to twist it up a little bit for close combat. A rigging station. So we recover 1% hull health per second when hull health is less than 20%. It's good to stay alive in PvE, maybe in PvP as well. But you're swinging a little bit in the crew attack zone, so that's hard. But on the other side, with the Black Prince, you can tank a whole bunch of stuff. Great Springald Tree. A Twin Winch Ballista. This is the big brother of the Great Springald Tree. More of Cinefactor. It has more range. Should be very good on the front of your ship to catch up to people tearing their sails off. So you can catch them while they can't shoot back at you, which is great. Royal Custodian. Great Springald 2. There we go. Zamazama trees, which we haven't seen this episode yet. So Zamazama increases the charge rate of the vulnerable effect and adds 20% of the damage as burning damage, which is always great and good and fun. Lapoten schematics. Another rigging station. Zamazama trees. Wardrooms. Oh yeah, we've seen them. I was like, huh? Thermites too, which we're gonna throw in the sea. A Wrathful Ward again. A Great Springald Tree again. Skurlock Long 9s again. Kalinikos Flame 2, which we're gonna get rid of, but does the same as 3, but a little bit less damage. Long 9s again. The Black Prince. This is like, by my preference, I like this Black Prince combined with the rigging station because it reduces damage taken by 50% when the whole health is less than 33. So when you hit that 33%, aside from any boss fights, because Megalostari deals so much damage when you get below 50, it will one-shot you, so it doesn't matter. But in any PvE convoy or decent boss fight, you have the Black Prince, the rigging station, and you will never die. If you get close to dying, you just quickly brace, and then the rigging station will heal you back up to 20%. Which keeps you from not having to use any medkits, which is great. So, the Black Prince, always good to have. Rama's Legacy, we've seen those. Wailing Ward. The water tank. This is very good for snow and in any other build besides that, but once you wanna brace a lot, it's handy, and the snow upgraded to level 6. It has the most brace strength and capacity. It reduces crew stamina depletion by 50% while bracing, so not the beginning energy used for the bracing, and it increases stamina recovery by 20%. Always handy to have. Another Black Prince, always good. Kaliningrad Flame 3. And last but not least, we got another water tank. You want to see the sample size? Besides that, I destroyed some. Here you can see it. We didn't get any Dardanelles or any specific armors that we could have needed, but we got a mixture of all of stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and sub, and yeah, I'll go and scramble more pieces of 8 and make another video of 50 whenever I can. So make sure you keep safe on the seas, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.